Nearly 4 years ago we were fortunate enough to be able to buy the 11 acres adjacent to the property here, and we decided that we'd like to go into puppy rearing. And over the last 3 years now we've been developing a purpose-built puppy rearing facility here. We're taking the dogs at 3 to 4 months of age and turn them out into 75-yard long pens, and with access to a large paddock every day. And as they get older, they are moved into longer pens, 200 metres in length, and with daily access to a 6-acre paddock. And they're never locked up, they're out 24/7. They have self-filled drinking troughs in there, so there's plenty of water always available for them. You know, a good concrete base for them to stand on in the winter time, and a good shed with plenty of good bedding in it. They're well fed, obviously, and a good foundation is essential. Regular worming and generally good husbandry is vital. At 12 months of age, we bring the dogs in from the paddocks and introduce them to a kennelled environment. We find this best because at 12 months of age, you have all the hard work done, and we find that they're too big and too fast to leave them out in pens, and you just get them broke up. Plus the fact, if they can't run by the time they're 12 months, they're never going to be able to run. So what we do, we kennel them up, introduce them to the kennelled environment, start them off on the walking machines, get them into a routine which is going to be what their training is all about. Handling them, they get used to everything that goes on in a racing kennel. Then we introduce them to the gallop and start them off behind the drag. We give them a couple of runs behind the drag, and once we're happy that they're chasing it well, we bring them into Longford and give them a hand slip up near the first bend of the sprint. We find that best because young dogs, you don't want them tearing into a bend full pelt first time. You know, they check up and perhaps get a bit of a shock, and you don't want that. You want everything to be a positive experience for the pups. If they chase well, then we bring them down, give them another hand slip a couple of weeks later, further back down the back straight, and when we're happy they're chasing well on the track, we bring them back home and we introduce them to the traps behind the drag. Most of them take to it very, very quickly, and once we're happy that they're coming out of the traps well enough at home, we bring them into Longford and give them a full-blown trial out of the traps, and depending on how well they go determines how long more they stay with us. If we're happy, they move on to their owners, back to their owners, or go to trainers, and we just move on to the next batch of pups or saplings, and it's just a constant flow of introducing dogs to racing, you know, that we've reared here, and hopefully they go on to produce race-winning performances.